Welcome to back to Tech Dudes Weekly. Now we are going to be covering some of the mobile gaming world this week, talking about some of the new introductions that we've seen come in from Steam. We've seen them come in from Lenovo, Asus, and even Apple has entered the market with the introduction of the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max with the A17 chip. And we're all seeing what we can do in some of the AAA games on a mobile platform. Let's give it a shot.
Welcome back, everybody. So one of the things we want to talk about today was, and we may do a review at a later date. We don't know yet. We'll figure it out. But the handheld gaming market is actually kind of taking off in different directions right now. You've got, ROG, Asus, they're creating their platform. Steam Deck has theirs. Way back, a while back, you had the Alpha series from Dell and so forth. But handheld now is really coming of age. Brian and I have been talking about this a little bit. But even to the point where the iPhone's being brought into this as well. So let me share this on the screen, and we want to kind of talk about what everybody's seeing right now. This is the one that piqued our interest, which was the Lenovo Legion Go. Yeah, it's another handheld on the market, but it is quite different just from the simple fact of what it can do. And it's a full-blown, from what we see, again, everything else is just what would you call pre-production units? I think there's not production hardware. Running our AMD Ryzen series processor, but it has full-blown Windows 11 on it. So that has different, in my mind, my eyes, Brian, you may see this a little bit different, but a different spin on this platform from being just a dedicated gaming platform to something that's truly mobile that you can use across the board.
Yeah, I think well the interesting part of it here is that it's basically it's a full computer under the hood. A lot of these are running Windows 11. Whether or not you have access to the underlying operating system to do more with it, I don't know. We haven't gotten our hands on one yet. But long story short, it's accessing the Xbox, live, type of gaming. You have a really nice portable machine without lugging. I'll say lugging a gaming laptop. It's almost a joke that
Yeah.
that now portable computing has to take the next step forward. That a laptop that is not absurdly huge now has been skinny down even further. But if you're on a trip, riding the car, just bring something quick, or you want to plug these, they all have external access to an HDMI port to go into a TV in a hotel or something. It's kind of a neat device, especially the controllers are even they slide off much like the Nintendo. Uh,
Switch.
Switch, yeah, that's right. Nothing. So it's a neat platform. Nothing. And Lenovo just kind of surprised us, I think, a little bit because they packed a lot into this machine. Dave, I don't know if you did. Did you look up what the price was going into the United States?
Yeah, so Europe is 699, and to me, from what I can see, looked like a fully maxed out version. Because if you look at what you can do here, like that's not what I wanted to do. Where did it go? Performance. Sorry. When you look at memory, go back one.
Oh, can you up the
16
memory?
gig of RAM, which is pretty good. It starts out with a half a terabyte of NVMe Gen 4 SSD, but you can get up to a terabyte of NVMe on it. Plus, it has a micro SD card that supports 2 terabyte micro SD card, which I started looking at prices the other day, isn't terrible. I think US price on this starts at $799, unless that's a fully, I'll say, blown out version, which there's not a lot to change on it. And the question is, can you upgrade storage going into it? We don't know yet. We've seen the internals on it. It looks pretty proprietary versus upgrade user friendly, if you will, but there are removable, I can see in there, a removable hard drive as well, so, or removable SSD. I don't know. I think this has a lot of potential.
Yeah, it's definitely not going to be your, the Acer Nitro laptop where you can pull the bottom off and add memory, add disk, things like that. But this
Yeah.
is a nice platform. Again, it's a different class. I wouldn't say it's. I don't even know if it needs to be called mobile anymore. Maybe it's something else. Nothing, but you go from the desktop, a full built out machine to, some of the nicer laptops now to this. It's just kind of an interesting take on mobile gaming. And I think you had a link to it too, Dave, right? For I think Apple's even getting on board for some of this. I think a little
Yeah,
bit.
so Apple's touted out their iPhone 15 Pro as the next AAA gaming console. Now, me being a PC gamer, we both grew up with consoles and so forth because this is what it was at the time. I don't know if it's going to be AAA gaming on that. It's still because they're touting an Assassin's Creed Mirage, which is the upcoming Ubisoft game. I don't know. It's are they gonna? Is it gonna be like a streaming service? Are they gonna be able to do it? I don't know. I still doubt the AAA. Now, don't get me wrong. Yeah, we love Apple on that, but I've just never seen the Apple platform as a gaming platform. It's something that, forgive me for saying this, because when you go to the bathroom and you're going to be in there for a few minutes, you're playing a game on your iPhone.
Yeah, I think the funny thing, what this seems to me is where Apple's head is. This is a precursor because the iPhone 15 with the A17 chip is the first 3 nanometer processor, and it has an
Yeah.
upgraded GPU. That's most likely going to follow suit with the M3 whenever that comes out in 2024. And I'm guessing that's when they're going to start to make a hard push, saying that gaming plus they have the some software to emulate nothing and kind of bring over like they did with Rosetta nothing to bring more gaming into the platform itself. So I think you're going to see more AAA titles being pushed into the Apple arena, and this is just a precursor to it.
Yeah, and Steam did theirs. ROG was another one they came out with. This one from what I've heard, it feels better in the hand, but there's still some problems with it just on a performance perspective. The Lenovo supposedly blows all this out of the water. The one thing I can tell you, control wise, is when the detachable controllers on this, you can flip it into the right hand controller into first person shooter mode. You click into this little puck that you put down on the table. It's a real slick surface, and you're firing it like a weapon in the game, which to me is actually pretty cool. So you're controlling movement with a left stick, and then you've got essentially a flight controller or a pistol grip in the other. So it's pretty good. They've thought this out pretty well. I really hope it's not a flop.
The other thing they added too, now, and granted it's additional cost and everything costs a little bit more. Now
Yeah.
is if you don't want to be bound to that screen or your TV, they make a pair of AR glasses that fits with this too, and supposedly gives you like an 85-inch or larger virtual screen that's projected into the glasses. So that's sort of interesting as well. That again for a mobile platform, it's pretty much everything you could ask for. And
Yeah, and they're
reason
not VR. It's AR, which to me is much better. There
there
it
it
is.
is.
There's a
Yep.
little bit of picture of them. They don't look like a horrible, Geordie the Ford's visor you're wearing on your face. It looks like a pair of, I don't know, decent sunglasses.
Yeah, yeah. I
So
mean, you're probably not going to want to wear them for long term or anything like that, or watch movies on it. But for virtual gaming, it's pretty cool. And I have to give Lenovo credit for that one.
yeah, supposedly it will work with PC and Mac. Supposedly. Now we don't know what that means, but that's the rumor mill that they put out there on it. But all in all, compared to iPhone, ROG, and some others, I can't. This actually has my interest. Yeah, I want to put my hands on it. I want to give it a play and see what it looks like. Because for a college kid or something like that, this may be a pretty easy option to use this in an Xbox, and you got your gaming covered.
Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Well, I guess more to come on that. If we do get our hands on one, we'll follow up this video. We'll make sure that we attach in our the Tech Dudes Weekly blog, a little blurb that we did an update. And if anybody does have their hands on this now and like it, don't like it, what are your thoughts? And we'd love to hear about it in the comments.
Yeah, appreciate everybody. Leave us a comment down below. Have a good one.
Thanks again.